What's up, guys? It's Caedyn. Normally I'm Sundays, but apologize for not posting last Sunday. I had an audit at work on Monday, so I spent all Sunday night studying. So this was actually a topic that I really wanted to talk about, and basically it's how to approach having the conversation of you being trans with someone who doesn't know who you're interested in, or dating, or going to be having sex with for the first time. Um, so yeah, okay. Let's see. It was different with my ex because she was with me before my transition. So then I never had to have the conversation. But then I met this girl, and I didn't know if she knew. I live in a small town, and people kind of just talk. It's a small town. I transitioned to semi-publicly because I worked at the high school, and she used to work where I work now, and all my coworkers know now. So I didn't know if somebody had told her or whatnot, but she never brought it up, which I thought was awesome, because if she did know and she didn't bring it up, then that was fucking rad. And if she didn't know, then I was gonna have to have the conversation. So, well, either way, I was gonna have to have a conversation with her because I didn't know if she knew or not. And so it was really hard to try to kind of make myself have to talk to someone that you want to be intimate with because you like them, and have to tell them that you don't know if you can satisfy them the way that they want to be satisfied. It's the most delicate way I could think to put it. So I asked her out to lunch, and I just kind of blurted out, I'm trans, right? And she was like, "Oh yeah, I know." And I was like, "Oh, you do?" And she was like, "Yeah, I don't care." And I was like, "Oh, okay," because that made it fucking awesome. That meant that she knew and never brought it up, never mentioned it, never talked about it, and genuinely just didn't care and just liked me for me, which was fucking cool. Because since my transition, that's the first time that's ever happened. Because, like I said, like I was with somebody before my transition, and then after it, and this is the first girl since being able to be me and just living as a male that's been interested in me or that's talked to me, and she knew and didn't care enough that she never mentioned it. So I was like, do you know what surgeries I've had? Because I didn't know if she knew that. I didn't know what else she knew. And she said no. And so then I just kind of maneuvered into the, I haven't had lower surgery yet, so I don't know how that's going to be for you. Basically, I just said, if you're not cool with it, I get it. And if you are, then fucking rad. And she genuinely just didn't fucking care. She was like, "I don't care. I like you, and I want to be with you, and however that is for you, then that's how we're gonna do it." So that was kind of cool, because then, and I think this is important for trans people, is that when it comes to sex, you be the one that sets the guidelines and the boundaries, because only you know what you're comfortable with doing, as far as your body goes. Only you know what you're comfortable with. So that enabled me to be able to set the guidelines and the boundaries as to where I wanted our sexual relationship to go. It sucked. It was really hard to make myself have that conversation. It was really, I don't want to say embarrassing, because I'm not embarrassed about being trans. That's not it. I guess it's not knowing how someone's going to react, and having to possibly deal with the fact that someone's going to reject you just because you're trans. And I don't want to be defined by my body. I want to be defined by who I am. And she let me not only be seen like that, but she let me feel like that. She let me feel that I was just me. And I think when it comes to having the conversation, the most important thing is that, one, you're comfortable. Don't out yourself if you don't feel comfortable doing it. Two, make sure that it's something that you really want to do. You can't just go and start talking about it if it's not really something that you want to do, because you could be shocked and they could not care, like I was, Or it could go the other way, and they could care, and they might say something that's going to hurt your feelings. So you have to be prepared for both. And until you are, I wouldn't advise having that conversation. Um, Also, you have to have it before you get in bed. Once you get in bed and then you have to have the conversation, that's going to get really sticky really quick. They might feel like you're lying to them. They might feel like um, they have to be okay with it, or like they can't be okay with it. I don't know. It could go a bunch of different ways, but I think it's really important to have that conversation before you get in bed, because it also allows yourself to get comfortable. Okay, like for example, even after we had the conversation, the first time we tried to have sex, I couldn't do it. And I just flat out told her, I'm not comfortable with my body right now. I'm not used to this. This is the first time I've tried to do this since I transitioned with someone other than my ex, who was with me before. And after my transition, I was like, I can't do it. I'm sorry. Um, I'm not comfortable with my body right now. And she was totally cool. She was just like, alright, that's fine. Let's just watch a movie. And so that's what we did. And then the second time, I was like, okay. She was like, we don't have to, let's just hang out. And I was like, no, I want to try to do this, because like I want to have sex with you, but I don't know if my body will let me. And so I was like, okay, I want to try. And so I was really self-conscious the first time, and it was honestly not extraordinarily good sex because I was so nervous. But I did it. I got my head right, and I enjoyed myself. It was fun, and then after that, it just got easier, and then eventually we just fucking awesome sex, like. But it was because of me being comfortable with myself. It wasn't because of performance on either party. I mean, that was good too, but it's about you being comfortable with yourself. And once you can allow yourself to be comfortable with your body, then it becomes a heck of a lot easier to be comfortable with someone else touching your body, or you touching someone else's body, or just being together in general. So yeah, for me at first, it's really uncomfortable and really awkward to have to kind of say, I don't have a penis. I don't even like saying that anyway. But to have to say it to a woman who is hot and who you want to be with, or a man if you're gay or bi or anywhere in between. I'm not limiting anything. It's just that my preference is typically women, so that's why I say a woman who's really hot. Because anyway, when I speak, I'm talking about personal perspective, and so that's why I said that. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I can't think of anything that would have either helped or hindered me. I think it was just getting to the conversation. It wasn't necessarily the actual conversation itself, because once I start talking, it's fine. It's the anxiety and the nerves walking up to the conversation and walking up to the first time you're gonna go have sex with somebody, or go on a date, or whatever, And personally, like for me, if I was just dating somebody and I wasn't planning on sleeping with them, I don't know that I'd tell them, because I don't think it would be important. I just want to be out on a date. I just want to be dating the person. Now, when it gets to the point where you're going to be sleeping with them, I think that's when you have to have the conversation. I don't just go around fucking telling everybody, hey, I'm trans, hey, I'm trans. Not because I'm not proud of it, but because I feel like it's nobody's business unless I want them to know. And for me, a little bit of a sensitive subject today, just because it was a weird day, and last night was weird. I was out with my girl, and somebody walked up to me. I didn't even know the person. I don't know her name. I still don't know her. She didn't even introduce herself. I don't even know her name. I've only seen her maybe 4 times because she's a bartender. And I don't even go out often enough to know her as a bartender. Just seen her a couple times. And she just walks up and she's like, hey, where'd you get your top surgery done? And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, I'm wondering because my partner's gender bi- well, my partner is gender neutral, or non-binary, I should say, and they want to have top surgery. And so I was just wondering if I could get info on where you got yours. And I was just standing there, and I was just like she said this in front of people at a bar that I don't know these people, They don't know me. How did she know my girl even knew? Or my friend that I was with knew? They might not have known. She didn't know that because she doesn't know me from Joe down the block. I don't fucking know her. And so it just fucking threw me off. Like, how do you know? And then you just said that in front of a ton of other people that I don't know. And honestly, I don't know if they're okay with it. I don't need to know if they're okay with it because they don't need to know that about me. It's none of their fucking business. It's my business. And it just really fucking threw me off. Like, how many people know that I don't even know? And is it something that's going to be a concern to my safety? I don't know. You know, how many people there weren't okay with it, and if they had the opportunity, would do something? Or should I be worried about going to the bathroom? Or now do I, like, I don't even want to go out now, because I'm going to be like, oh, fuck, that person's looking at me. Like, are they talking about me? Do they know? I don't want to have to live like that. Like, I just want to fucking be me. And so, the whole topic of, like, telling people who don't need to know is just sensitive to me because of that incident. I'm still a little bit fucking pissed off about it, because I just thought it was really inappropriate. Not because it's not because I mind sharing information, because I like that. I like helping out the community. It's the way that it happened, and that I don't fucking know you, and you said it in front of a bunch of people who I also didn't know, and she wouldn't tell me how she knew. I asked her multiple times, how did you even know that I had top surgery, and how did you even know I was trans? And it's that part that pissed me off, because that means either someone told her, or she overheard at the bar, or whatever, but it means people are talking about it. And it means people that I don't know are talking about it, and she's a bartender, which means she talks. So maybe she's fucking saying it to other people that I don't know as well. And I live in a community where there's a lot of rednecks, and there's a lot of fucking Trump supporters, and there's a lot of people that are really fucking prejudiced here. And I don't know how comfortable and safe I would feel going out again knowing that. You know, I don't know who she told or whatever, but anyways, that's beside the point. It's just to do with the topic of telling people for me. And unless I'm going to be sleeping with you, then I don't need to have the conversation of having lower surgery or not. And if I do want to sleep with you, then I'm going to have to approach the topic. As much as I don't want to, I'm going to have to. And just accept the fact that rejection is a possibility. You know, and the more you talk about it, the more you become comfortable with saying, hey, I have or haven't had lower surgery. I feel like we're getting to that point where we're about to become intimate, and I hate saying intimate, that makes it seem like fucking marriage or something, but where we're about to have sex, and I just want you to know before we get in bed, and then, you know, I don't want you to be surprised. The more that you talk about it, the easier it's going to get. So, like, the more you practice, the easier it'll be. Anyways, that's kind of my 2 cents on the whole dating someone and having sex for the first time and everything as a trans person. Just be comfortable and safe, and respect how you feel, respect your body, respect your emotions, and most of all, don't tell anybody unless you want to, because it's nobody's business but your own. And if you want to make it their business, then that's fine, but don't let someone pressure you into thinking that you have to say something, because it's about you, it's your life, and it's your body, and it's no one else's, should be under no one else's control, just yours. And like I said, dating, I probably won't say nothing. If we're gonna be sleeping together, then obviously I'm gonna have to say something, because if I'm gonna be fucking you, then I want you to know what you're getting into. So, anyways, sorry I didn't post last Sunday. Again, the audit just kicked my butt at work. I was studying like crazy and just stayed up way too late and totally just spaced it. But I'm glad I got to post on this topic, because this was one that I wanted to really share with, mainly because I'm going through it, or I was going through it recently, just the whole having the conversation. So as always, appreciate you guys watching. I hope you guys got to see everyone else's videos, and I'll see you back next time.